This is Omar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're at the Wembley Arena. Night's wrapped up, joined by Frank Warren. How would you assess that night, Frank?
Yeah, I mean, it was quite an assortment of fights, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm pleased with it. Overall, I'm pleased with it. Absolutely. I'm pleased with Hamza. I thought Hamza's performance was tremendous. With David and he did. He's a wrecking machine. And on the undercard, we had some good fights, and I think all our youngsters give a good account of themselves.
Let's talk about Hamza. There was pressure coming into tonight for Hamza, but I think he shut a few people up tonight.
Well, I agree with that. He's very comfortable at that weight. He has been struggling his last two fights at the weight. And Jez is a competitor. He comes to fight. And I think people are expecting that to go, to go on quite a few rounds. But he's just so loose, he's very tall and he's very loose-limbed. And he gets those big shots off when he's on the inside. He's a good fighter. He's a very good fighter, and he's going to go places.
Before that, we saw David Amanisian with another stoppage win here at Wembley Arena. Could you see, perhaps, Frank, the criticism of the opponent coming into the fight?
No, it's not about the thing is, at the end of the day, it's very difficult to get someone to fight. And the EBU, I think the guy's name's what's his name? The mandatory Viger, is it Viger? I can't remember his name.
Virgil Ortiz Jr.
No,
for the European you're talking about.
European.
No, I can't remember. No.
He was offered the fight twice and didn't take it, and that was the only one that they would take, the EBU. So that's one thing. The other side of it, the fella come to fight. I mean, he didn't come to sit on the floor. He come out, he shaped up well. But at the end of the day, he is what he is. He's a tough guy, and did what he had to do. It's not like we haven't tried to make fights against big fighters. You know that better than anybody. So at the end of the day, I can't leave him sitting on his backside. He hasn't fought since October.
I'm sure next for David, he won't want a rollover job. He wants a big fight.
We don't want that. He's capable. It's not like he's a young kid we're bringing him through. He's been there. He's done it. He's a tough competitor. But I'm going to really lobby the WBC now as far as they're concerned, because he's in that number 2 spot to push him, and hopefully we get some sort of eliminator or even a title defence.
Keith Thurman's number 3, he's number 2 with the WBC.
We'd make that, do that, absolutely.
Frank, how would you assess Dennis McCann tonight?
I think he did well. He came through it. He did well. Tough little. No one can moan about the guy as an opponent. He come to fight. He give a good account of himself. And it's fights that Dennis will learn from. I think sometimes you go into fights where you can be a little bit overconfident. But he did what he had to do, and there's parts of the fight he looked really, really good. And I want to move him up again next fight, and we're going to have a sit down and talk. Alan and I had a chat about a couple of things that happened in training, so we'll have a sit down and we'll have a good chat about it.
Just away from this, the man next to you made a lot of noise today in British boxing, Zach Parker. May 21st, ticket alerts at the moment, 31st of March, they go on sale. Let's just address the thing you've done with Derby here. So every ticket sold, a tenner will go to Derby, the football club. So they're going through a very hard time. So that's gone down really well, Frank.
Oh, well, I'm pleased so. He's a Derby lad, and it was Zach's suggestion, and that's what we've gone for. So, hopefully the fight will be well supported, and by supporting the fight, they'll be supporting the club.
Stadium.
And they'll get a good night, by the way, because it's a bloody good fight.
Stadium show here, not at Wembley Arena, but just next door at Wembley Stadium, April 23rd, then May 21st. So these are good times for BT in Queensbury.
Yeah, I mean, we had a bit of a slow start to the year because of the shutdown in January and February. I mean, you and I banged on about that quite a few times, but we got quite a few fights coming up. We've got the purse bid on Monday for Daniel and Trevor Bryant, and we want to get Joyce out, and we've got quite a few other fights that we will be announcing as well.
For Parker-Andrade, how many tickets are going on sale, Frank?
Well, we want to sell the stadium out. That's what we booked the stadium.
What's the capacity, do you know?
I think it's about, with the pitch, about 40,000.
Wow.
I think it is.
Just trying to find Zach, he might know, but he's disappeared. What a fight that is, though, him and Demetrius Andrade. A tough test. That's
a good fight. I mean, that's a fight you want to see, isn't it? And we've done all we can for our man. We've got him home advantage. He's in front of his fans, so I'm really looking forward to it.
terms of the WBA, I know they didn't give you a reason about why Dubois-Bryant purse bids were delayed. There was some rumours going around last night that Joshua Bryant might happen. I don't know where these have come from. Do you think that might be a reason, Frank?
It can't. It's impossible for it to happen. They put it out to purse bid, and our man is the mandatory, so that can't happen.
I know you made initial contact about Joe Joyce and Anthony Joshua with 258. Have we heard anything back?
No.
Is that dead in the water?
I don't know. I mean, if they want the fight, they know where we are.
Okay, so Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker, are we any closer to that, Frank?
We will announce Joe's fight as soon as he's ready. We get the clearance for him.
My last one on Joe Joyce. Obviously, there was some sparring videos that were leaked between Anthony Joshua and Joe Joyce. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I've seen them actually. I don't know when they took place, but they're both in their 30s now, and there's a lot of things happen to them both as professionals. I wouldn't rely on that sparring. Looking at that now, I mean, I know I'll have my money on. Sparring I would like to see is the one with Daniel Dubois and Joe Joyce, Daniel Dubois and AJ in the gym. Whatever happened to that bit of footage?
And my last question, I can't actually believe I'm asking you this, but Patrice Evra is going to be stepping into a ring. Have you heard about that?
Somebody told me that. Is that true?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? I mean, And if you don't get I don't know what the world's coming to at the moment.
On that note, Frank Warren, thank you very much for your time, and we roll on April 16th, your next show.
Absolutely.